So here we go. Here's 5 people. There's Marcel. He doesn't even know what's going on. Alright. So have you guys ever wondered what's the best type of exercise to help maintain a happy and healthy lifestyle? In my experience, sports are the best because they are fun and you can find a passion that you really like. So I asked everyone on a show of hands, how many of you guys have heard of racquetball? Have you heard of it? You can answer.
Yes.
Have you heard of it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they have. Do you guys know the rules? Do you know the rules?
No.
Almost nobody knows the rules. So, have you seen pros play?
No.
Almost everyone said the same answer that I asked around work, based on my survey. So, it's a very new sport. Today we're going to talk about 3 things. We're going to talk about the history, racquetball rules so you guys will be able to play, and the competition. A little bit about competition. So the history of the sport. Racquetball was created by an American guy named Joseph Sobek. He created it in 1950, so that makes racquetball barely over 66 years old. So that, as opposed to tennis, tennis was created in 1872. So racquetball has been around a lot less than tennis, making it pretty common, or pretty popular, and not well known for racquetball. So the reason Joseph created the sport was Joseph was frustrated that he couldn't find an indoor sport with a racket that he really liked or loved. So he once tried handball, but he wasn't a big handball fan, and the reason he didn't was because when you hit the ball with a handball, obviously you hit it with your hand. The ball is really hard and it hurts your hands. I know that from personal experience, it hurts really bad, so he was really happy to be able to find a racket sport that he really liked. The way he discovered the ball of the racket, or the racquetball rather, he found that the core of a tennis ball, so you can imagine a tennis ball, it's really like furry and stuff. This is basically the core of a tennis ball. So that's how he found out and invented the racquetball. After he made the sport, he made little to no profit. He was simply happy with being the inventor of a sport. Other big companies made a lot of money off of his sport. He was given credit by the NewYorkTimes.com, so that's a popular news magazine, people that gave him full credit for the sport. Some of the champions of the sport, there's 4 that noticeably stick out in time. The first one was Marty Hogan. He was number 1 or number 2 from 1976 to 1990, which was 14 years. After that, Cliff Swain was number 1 for 6 years in a row. Sudsy Monchek, a 5-time pro world champion, and the number 1 person that I really want to talk about is Kane Wazelenchuk. You can look him up too on most websites. He's like the most dominant player racquetball's ever seen. And actually he holds a professional streak that no one has in any other sport. He's like a 13-time US Open championship and hasn't lost a match. So if you guys can look that stuff up online, the chances of doing that in racquetball are really slim. So it's really incredible to see. So now that we've talked about history, I'm going to come over and we'll talk about some of the rules. And I'll show you like some dimensions and stuff. I've drawn up a board showing the front wall, back wall, receiving line, the short line. So the general purpose of racquetball is generally played by 2 people singles or for 4 people doubles. Singles people will stand right here and serve, and the person returning will be down here. This is the back wall, this is the front wall. The objective of the sport is to win each rally by serving or returning the ball so your opponent is unable to keep the ball in play. A rally is over when 1, the ball bounces twice, or the return is unable to make the front wall before the floor. A match is decided out of a best of 3 games with a tiebreaker if needed. 15 points for the first 2 games and 11 if needed. The dimensions is 40 feet long and 20 feet tall and 20 feet wide, so this way. The equipment you need, all you need to play is a racket, glasses, the glove is optional, and the ball, and the tether. This goes around your wrist for safety, and this is just a bag, and this is what comes in your racquetballs. So you don't need too much, and you can get rackets for pretty cheap. How to begin play? You can begin by lagging, a coin toss, and the serve starts when the person drops the ball in the service zone and hits it, and it goes into this zone. The health benefits of racquetball: average calories burnt are 822 with a maximum, and the lowest is 640 per hour, and it works out almost every muscle group. And you work at a constant high heart rate of 75 to 85%. The average game will run 20 minutes, and you'll get about 2 miles in. Both sites I've used to get this information are from teamusaRacquetball.org and the usaracquetballevents.com. Now that we talked about that, the last thing we'll cover is the competition. The competition of racquetball is more exciting than what people think. People are diving, and it's really fun to watch. So I encourage most people to go out and at least try and watch one pro event. They're usually everywhere at least once a year. So most of you guys know very little about racquetball. We talked about the history, the rules, and the competition. I encourage all of you to go out there and find out for yourself if this is going to be a fun sport for you to watch, or at least try. Thank you.